What's up, guys? You're probably wondering by the title of this video, what am I going to talk about? Because it doesn't really tell you what I'm going to talk about. Because the point of this video is for me to just take it easy after a crazy day, build this bike, and just tell you guys some information that's going on through my mind. Give you guys some knowledge right off the top of my head, just whatever comes while I'm building this bike. Just kind of get in the zone, get in the zen of figuring this thing out, enjoying the process, and letting the thoughts and the process of my thoughts come out just as they are. So I'm going to build this thing, and at the same time I'm going to give you guys some information, give you guys some knowledge about whatever pops into my head, whatever I channel from the divine through raising my vibration while building this. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I just got this bad boy off. I'm gonna put the handlebars on, get them out of the way because I'm kind of paranoid because it has the electronics, so I want to get that up and out of the way. It's good to get this thing off. But as I was taking this off, I was thinking, what is the most impactful thing that I've been pondering lately? And it's that the biggest enemy in our lives, for one, is ourselves. Self-sabotaging is so common for people. You want to achieve something, but deep down inside, I find a lot of us are scared to find out what we're really made of, or take that risk, because what if we fall short? Or what if we do live up to our greatest version of ourselves, but then the power that we find within ourselves gets corrupt, or we lose it down the road. So I find it's best to just find out what we're really capable of at the maximum level and embrace it, because worst comes to worst, you can always adjust and come at it from a different angle and seek the knowledge from someone that's maybe been in that situation where they came from being a lower version of themselves to being a higher version, and ask them the questions that you're struggling with. So say you get successful with money and you end up losing that money, you can ask them, how do you retain your wealth, and figure something kind of like that. Any problems that you're coming up with, ask someone that's been there before. The second, and on that same idea, the second enemy, the second greatest enemy of humans is time. Because we always think we have all this time to do everything, but then down the road, 10 years later, you're like, where'd all that time go? And that's the biggest enemy within time, is thinking that you have a lot of it in abundance. Time is not your friend. Time is a silent enemy. It will silently leave you. And the biggest thing that I can give you to combat this is actually a saying that we have in the new elite. It's called live fast, don't wait. Now, it doesn't mean spend all your money and just like go crazy like I did on this fucking bike. No, I can afford this. It was an investment, but it's getting me to the gym, and it's buying back time. It's buying back time, because it takes time to go all the way down the road, get my car, start it up, then drive, go through traffic, sitting there. On this, you can just rip through traffic. Boom, you're at the gym. So it's gonna have a high ROI on time. And that's something that I'm trying to incorporate in my life with this and anywhere else I can. And I also teach other guys, wherever you can drop time wasting things that take your time away, that's the most powerful thing you can do in your life. There's things called pendulums. Now, they're basically things that steal a large amount of people's attentions. This could be the news. A lot of people listen to the news, and it's fear-mongering, and it basically just takes your attention. You're scared. Oh, what the heck's gonna happen? Like, if it's not directly affecting you, then don't worry about it. You're gonna hear the news from someone else anyway. So it's like the news is a pendulum. Your favorite sports team. I love sports, but putting attention onto these things that don't necessarily involve you and your betterment in life, you need to at least limit them. If you want to follow sports, then make that your thing, and don't go too crazy into it. But when the game comes on, enjoy it. I'm not saying don't enjoy shit, but you have to limit it. I used to do all the video games, Call of Duty. My friends would be like, "Oh, buy the new Call of Duty," and I'm like, "Fuck." Like, okay, I guess. And then I'd be spending all my time playing the Call of Duty, and what I really wanted to do is this, and I never really knew, because I was so drawn to all these pendulums. And card games, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, they're all pendulums. They take a lot, like a large group's attention span, and draw it to that area, and you need to be careful of them. You need to find your thing. I'd say, find a couple things that you enjoy that might fall in that realm. You can watch your favorite sports team, or you can play a card game, but don't go more than a couple things. And it's because pendulums, they'll take your time, and they'll also take your attention away from things that you may end up down the road appreciating a lot more than that thing. You won't, because when I was stuck on all these pendulums, I wasn't aware that I wanted to create content, help people. It basically takes all the RAM in your brain, and you don't have any more space to be creative. And that's what I believe we're put on this earth to do. We're made to create. It's in our genes. We reproduce, and that's a creation. That's a miracle. And the Call of Duty, it's amazing. I love that game. If you want to have a couple things, totally, but don't fill your life with pendulums, because you'll never be able to truly see where you want to take your life and create. I believe if everyone manages their time and their mastering themselves, not self-sabotaging, and managing the pendulums, time attention redirectors, if you will, then everyone will be so drawn to creation. And if we all create in this world, man, I can't even imagine. It'd be a beautiful world. Let me put this handlebar on. I'll get back to you. As I'm putting this handlebar on, I'll I'll think of a different topic. I'll be right back. Got the handlebar on. That was a pain in the ass, and the biggest pain when doing that was getting the wiring in, because you need to basically get these little wires and the little rubber over top, and there's quite a hassle. If you ever get one of these, you'll find out. Maybe it's easier for other people, but it was hard for me anyway. But while I was putting that on, I was thinking about a movie I recently saw. It's called Limitless with Bradley Cooper. And I really thought about, is it possible to, I know there's like no pill that does what those pills were doing in the movie. I'm not going to do any spoilers if no one's seen, but I will say, in the movie, he takes a pill, and that pill allows him to use 100% of his brain, and in turn makes him smart, focused, and which leads to success. And I was thinking, is there anything that can replicate that in real life? And this will probably be the next YouTube video, but I started to break down what happens when he takes a pill, everything that kind of happens, and kind of created like a little formula of what you can do basically to replicate the effects of that pill. So it all starts with energy. It all starts with your energy levels. It all starts with getting in a high vibration, feeling peace, the highest point on the vibrational scale, peace and love, and finding that in life, in something that you can rely on every time. You can't rely on someone else to give you that every time, and you can't rely on things to give you peace and love, like objects. What gives you peace and love is accepting that you're meant for greater things than just entertainment. Entertainment in the form of just movies or whatever entertainment, whatever we classify entertainment as these days. And the most reliable thing you can do is discover your true self. Discover your true self in the ways of bettering yourself every day, finding enjoyment in that. Because as humans, we can train ourselves to really enjoy anything. Like, you can enjoy anything, learn to enjoy anything. And looking at that, I've learned to enjoy a lot of things that I didn't enjoy before. And the thing is, you can learn to enjoy anything at the same level if you really put enough energy into it. And I find through all the things that I've learned to enjoy, creating and improving each day in any area is always the most satisfying and enjoyable thing. A lot of people are like, I'd rather play video games than like read a book and learn how to use my mind better. Well, humor me with this. Try putting the video games down for a few weeks and read 48 Laws of Power, Think and Grow Rich, any book that will give you information to improve your life, or at least improve your mind. Do that for a few weeks without the video games, without weed, without alcohol, without anything that gives you instant gratification. Come back to me and tell me that you didn't have fun and didn't enjoy that just a little bit in a few weeks. Give yourself not one day, not 1 week. Give yourself a few weeks. Just humor me. And come back and tell me you didn't feel fulfilled. If you come back and tell me that you didn't feel fulfilled, I'll be very surprised. So like, it's either there's rooted wiring in there, rooted conditioning that you need to work out, or something, because as humans, I've never seen anyone that actually did that and didn't have some sort of fulfillment or some sort of breakthrough. It's like, man, I didn't know I could do that. Because when you're reading the books and learning, you'll instinctively want to try something from the book, because you're like, I want to make this a reality. I don't want to just have it in my head, I want to see it in real life. And you do it, and then you see the results. You're like, the results speak for themselves. It's the process you need to enjoy while you're doing this. It's the process of trying to become a different person and seeing if you enjoy that different person more than your past self. Give it a shot. I'm going to continue putting this masterpiece of a bike together and get to the gym. It'll probably be 2 o'clock by the time I get to the gym, but oh well. Well, here you have it. She's all done, put together, and you're going to be seeing this thing in a lot of videos now. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little ramble on while I was making the bike. A little bit of wisdom that you guys can use in your lives now. So if you like the video, give it a like. Subscribe if you're not already, because I put 2 videos out every week. You don't want to miss them. Let's get this. Boom!